if the Lord lets me, in June I will have been here 6 years. You know, a lot has changed in Bluefield since I arrived here. A lot of improvements, especially downtown. Used to be I didn't care much about going downtown, but boy, now I enjoy it. It's nice. I don't use this word very much. It's quaint. The reason I don't use it, I really don't know what it means. But it's nice. Lots of nice little shops and restaurants. Blue Spoon, I'm going to name them, I'll forget some. Rail Yard, David's, the Granada, the Vault. You can go there if you have that much money. But boy, it's really nice downtown. I see Gail out planting trees, flowers blooming. It's really, within the last 6 years, it's really improved. Got a nice golf course, Fincastle Golf Course, and there's a dispute about that, about Fincastle. Everybody knows the dispute. Property boundaries. Fincastle is really in West Virginia, not Virginia. That's being openly disputed by many people.
Is that true?
No, that's not true, Dixie. It's only being disputed by me. My brother said this. He says this every time he comes in. He says, if I lived anywhere in West Virginia, it would be Bluefield. If you know me, you know I love Bluefield. If you know me. I wish you could have known one of my friends. His name was William Warnock. I met him in seminary. He was a brilliant mind. Really. He was brilliant. He helped me a lot, and I hope I helped him some. He was a fantastic writer. He was fantastic with money. He owned 3 sawmills in South Georgia. And he was younger than me. But you know what he was the best at? He loved people. He really did. He loved people and he trusted people. He loved animals. He was a wonderful pastor. He wasn't the greatest preacher, but he was a wonderful pastor because he loved people. And he got in trouble with the church, the local church, and he got in trouble with the conference. He loved people. And he couldn't stand to see people hurt or hurting. He got in trouble one time for taking a homeless person in and letting him stay in the parsonage. But he had a big heart. He loved people. I know I'm calling people out today. I usually don't do that. But with this much water under the bridge, what do I care? You know, he was a lot like Bill Hager. Bill, when I first came here, you took a man in. And he died while I was here. And you spread his ashes in your yard. I don't remember his name, but I will never forget that. That sort of describes love. And sometimes when you love like Jesus loved, you get in trouble. And William loved like that. He preached at the Baptist church, the Southern Baptist church. He preached there for a while. And they run him out of there. Preached at the Presbyterian church. I can imagine getting run out of the Presbyterian church, but he got run out of there. And then he preached in the United Methodist Church. And he had a church, I remember one time, these people in the church came to him. And they said, you know, these people are the face of the church, these two people. And they were mean and hateful. But yet they were the face of the church. If you ask somebody where they went to the church and they said that church, they said, oh, you go to their church. You ever hear that? Go to their church. And a group in the congregation come to him and they said, William, when you nominate and have charge conference again, don't nominate either one of them. Everybody in the church knew how they were. They were hateful. Some people are just hateful. But they were hateful. But everybody on the conference level loved them. The people in the local church knew how they were. They were controlling the church. Sure enough, when nominations come, William did what this group of people said. Because it was true. And you know what hit the fan. Called an administrative board meeting. And the group that encouraged him to do that denied it. And he was standing on the ledge by himself. And within the year, he was gone. The church is to be a place of love. And I can honestly say that I love you. Sometimes I don't like you. But I love you. Jesus in his ministry, he starts out his ministry, this rich ruler comes to him and asks him a bunch of questions. And eventually what surfaces to the top is what? Love. Love comes to the top. And then at the end of his ministry, during this passage of Scripture, when this took place, it was at the end of his ministry, and he says what? He says, they'll know. They will know you are my disciples by how you love one another. Jesus also said some hard things. At the end of his ministry, he said, if you don't eat my flesh and drink my blood, you are not a disciple of mine. And many heard that and they just couldn't accept that. And they quit following Jesus. But what he was saying is, my teaching, my faith, my belief, my life, you have to take into yourself. That was a hard saying. But sometimes the church needs to hear hard sayings. And here's one that we all need to hear. We need to love one another. Not just the people that are easy to love. Not just the people that we are alike and agree with. We have to love everyone. Even those that hurt us and cause us suffering and pain. We have to love one another. That is the greatest commandment, and that is how the world will know that we are his disciples. Do you know every religion that I could look up, every one of them talked about Jesus. A lot of them didn't believe that he was the Messiah, but every one of them talked about him. Lots of them disagreed that he's not the Messiah. Lots of people in the church wonder about that and sometimes don't accept that. But no one questions his love. No one. No one should question the church's love and the church's mission. That we come to serve him. That he is the Messiah. That he is the way, the truth, and the life. And he does love us. And he gave his life for us, for the whole world. Even those that persecute him and continue to persecute him. His love is abundant and available to each of us.